Hello, how you guys are doing? In this video we are going to set a reverse shell with Evil-WinRM, and since we're going to be using Evil-WinRM, we could have also do it with the launcher PowerShell, just like we did it with CrackMap exec. But since we have the ability to upload and to execute with Evil-WinRM, we are going to be using a stager. Right, so before we didn't use a stager, but for this one we are going to use a stager, and so you guys can learn how to do that as well. So the first thing that we need to do is that we need to set up a listener, and the way that you do that, you want to go to the listener menu, and from here you want to do use listener, and use listener. You want to specify which listener you want to use. We want to use the HTTP listener. Then from here you want to type info to see what you need to basically fill out. The port, I want to change the port, so you want to set the port to 4456. Okay, and then the name, I also want to set the name to something else. Let's just set it to student server SRV. There we go, that is done. And after that, if you type info again, you are going to see the updated information that we just put in. Name, student SRV, the ports 4456. So we are looking good. After that, if you don't want to change anything else, you should be good to go. You can just go ahead and do execute, and that's going to start the listener. Then you want to go ahead and go back, and after this one, on the previous video we just did a launcher PowerShell, and that will give you the PowerShell script that you wanted to execute. But since we want to use a stager and we want to use Evil-WinRM, we are just going to use a stager. So we can do a use stager, and from here, if you do double tap, it could show you all the stagers that you could use. You can use the multi. This one means that it is for Linux basically, because it's bash, launcher, macro, Python installer. You can also use WAR. For OS X is for Mac systems, and the Windows, of course, for Windows. So you can do it for Linux operating system, Mac operating system, and also Windows. So since we are attacking right now a Windows server, the one that I want to use is the Windows launcher bat. So I'm going to copy that, paste that in here, use stager, Windows launcher bat. And then what do we do after this? We need to fill some stuff out. So you want to do info and see what you need to fill out. The listener, you want to set the listener to whatever you named your listener before. So remember, we name my listener to student SRV. So then you want to paste that. Make sure that it is the same, because otherwise the stager won't know where to send your reverse shell, right? If you don't specify which one, like the stager won't know where to send it basically. So now let's go ahead and go info again. You can see now that it is the same, student SRV, PowerShell, that's good. The proxy creds, good. MC bypass, true. And let's see, stager retries 0, that's fine. Delete is set to true, meaning that whenever after these bat files is run, it is going to be delete itself. Okay, so you can set that to true. If it's not set to true, awesome. So then after that, after you're done, you just want to execute it just the same way that we executed the listener, and that one is going to save a file in the temp directory. So if we go over there, open a new tab, and if you go to CD to your temp directory and you do an ls, you can see that the bat file was saved there. So what you want to do from here is that I want to copy this, and I want to go to Evil-WinRM. You guys should, let's see. Yep, let's go over here and let's connect to that server where we want to get that reverse shell. And what we want to do is we want to upload, and we want to upload, what do we want to upload? We want to upload this launcher, that bat. And what do we want to upload it? I want to upload it over here in the documents, do a paste, and just name it the same, launcher that's bat, and that's going to upload it. Now if we do a dir, because you're in the same directory where you uploaded it, you can see it in here. Awesome. So what do we do from here? Well, from here, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and execute that. So let's go ahead and copy that, And also I want to just go ahead and move this over here so you guys can see it when we execute it. Let's go ahead and go to Power Empire. Go back. I mean, you don't even have to go back. You can execute it from whenever. So now from here in Evil-WinRM, we are going to execute it by going to the path where the launcher is. And you can see it over here. Sending PowerShell stager. Stage number 1, 192.168.1.55. New agent. So we got a new agent now. And it already checked in. Awesome. Initial agent. Here's the name of the agent. And here's where it is connecting to. And it's now active. So cool. What can we do from here? Well, what we can do from the listeners menu, we can just go ahead and jump to the agents menu. And after you do that, it's going to show you. Let's go ahead and make this bigger so you guys can see that we have a student connected to the student server, and with the student 2 credentials via PowerShell. PID is 4444, and last seen it was at this time. And the listener, you know, is the student SRV. That's the listener. That's how we name it. We name it, I guess, the same as the machine, but that's good. Internal IP 0000. Cool. So what can we do from here? What we could do from here, we can just go ahead and rename this, and we are going to rename this to student SRV. Now if you go to, let's say, listeners, and then you go back to agents, you can see over here that we just renamed that. Remember, it was XAV2R63Z. I don't know how their naming convention is, but it's not good for me. So it is good to rename it. And also, if you're going to be exploiting a lot of machines and you're going to have a lot of them, it's good that you rename your listeners. So from over here, what you could do is you can go ahead and interact with that agent, because right now you are just connected to that agent and you want to interact with the students SRV. There we go. Awesome. So what can you do for here? You can do a who am I? And you can see that it's going to run a task, and it's going to send you back as pen testing student 2. There we go. So awesome. And one other thing, if you go ahead and exit this, right? Let's go ahead and exit. Oh, actually, we exited. Oh, we deleted the agent. I didn't want to delete the agent. What I wanted to do was just, let's go ahead and do, I think I did something wrong. Let's see, agents. Oh, no agents. Well, we can just go ahead and run this again. What I wanted to show you is that if you basically exit, so now it's not found. So what we could do is we can go ahead and upload it again, and then we can run it again, and we should be getting another reverse shell over here. All right, let's go ahead and rename this bad boy. Rename FU to a student SRV. I think I just renamed it to student something. List. Yeah. All right, we can just keep it. That's fine. So if you go ahead and go back, right, we have one listener still listening. It's fine, you can delete it or whatever, but what matters right now is how you have one agent running, and that's how you interact with those servers, is through the agent, right? So if you go ahead and do a exit from here, so if you exit Empire, it is going to kill that listener. So that's what I wanted to show you. Just do it from here. Let's go ahead and go to the PowerShell Empire again. So we open it again. We still have that agent over here. So if you go to agents, it is in here, right? Because we still have that connection, because this agent won't go away unless the system is rebooted, and that's because we have not established persistent. After we establish persistent, they won't be able to it won't go away. Like, it's always going to keep connecting until they find it and they remove and they remove that service, that because basically Empire installs a service in the machine, so whenever the machine reboots, it's going to keep connecting to your machine every time it comes back online. So if you're still going to have that connection, right? Because well, I'm saying that with persistent, right? If you do persistent, what persistent does is it either installs a service, or it does some other backdoors that you can do, and it won't go away until they basically find that service and remove it. But if you just have it like this, right, as we have it right now without persistent, this won't go away until they reboot the machine. All right, that's the difference between doing persistent and just having this agent like this. And before you can do persistent, you do need to do a privilege escalation. If you don't do privilege escalation, you won't be able to do persistent, because when you want to do persistent, it is going to make some changes on the machine, some admin some administrative changes. So therefore, you need to have a local admin access before you do persistent, before you establish persistent. So this is it for this video, guys. I hope I did not confuse you at the end. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask me any questions. Thank you guys for watching.